Good morning and welcome to Fingers on Plastic. I'm Little Dave and I've been greeted with a box delivery this morning from Kapow. Now the title of this video probably is going to be a massive giveaway for what's inside, but I've just had Prince Adam and the Sky Sled turn up this morning. Now in my last video, the Man at Arms one, I did say probably wasn't going to be picking any of these up anytime soon, but this was definitely on my wish list, and with Kapow actually having him in stock, I decided to pick one up. And I've got to admit, this box is really big. I didn't think it'd be as big as this, but yeah, it is. I'm quite impressed with it, and I bet this is my first time sort of really looking at it. So I will do a little review of this as well while I'm doing this. So we'll start with the box as normal. Some lovely artwork there. You've got Adam flying the Sky Sled. Skeletor in, I can't for the life of me remember what that thing's called. Again, maybe this is possible hints of what's to come in the line soon, or in the future. There's a faker there, which I'd really like as well. There's Trapjaw. There's the Wind Raider. It's another one I'd like to see pop up at some point. As you can see to the side of me, there's the Smith's toy catalogue. I wonder what I've been looking at. Castle Grayskull there, with it looks like Stratos and Merman and Beastman. Teela down in the bottom corner there, fighting some, well, probably some unknown evil warrior. Or maybe that guy at the top wasn't Beastman, because there's Beastman on the side. There's some great artwork on this. Really impressive what they've done with the box art. Also does sort of remind you so much of the classic stuff. Right, let's just flip it around to the back. Now I have noticed this is the multi-language one. When I got Battle Cat from Kapow, it was the American release. But this one again is the multi-language one. So there isn't a lot of information on the back, other than, well, even this one, if you look, it doesn't even have the characters' names on. It just has a code number. We've reached that point. Oh, that's so weird. But yeah, there's the first line of figures what were released. We know we reviewed a few of them on the channel. And obviously the little features of the Sky Sled. Let's have a better look at this artwork. Man at Arms having a fight with Trapjaw. And He-Man, well, sorry, not He-Man, Prince Adam appears to be running over Skeletor, or flying into him. And Skeletor appears to be wearing his battle armour, which is cool. Hopefully getting that next year by the looks of it. And again, Beastman and Castle Grayskull in the background. Now, I don't think it mentions this on the back, but it is on the back of the American packaging from what I gather. You can swap bits out to make it the evil version, which they're calling the War Sled, which is really cool. I like they've included that, so you don't have to buy two. Well, you could buy two if you wanted to have a good one and a bad guy one on display at the same time. But if you didn't want to do that, you at least got the option to swap it around. Right, that's enough looking at the packaging. I'm going to get this out of the box. So here's everything out of the packaging. Now, the only thing I haven't took out the packaging, which I aren't going to look at today, is its stand. Which is this bit here. Now, the reason why I aren't going to do that is because I don't want to use the stand just yet, and I don't want to clip this piece in there in case I can't get it back out again. So for now I'm going to keep the stand in its packaging. But it's like a flight stand, so you can stick it in there, you can tilt it and turn it in all sorts of directions, which is really cool. Like I said, I don't want to put it together in case I can't take it apart without breaking it. So I'm going to leave that in there just for now. Right, so here we are. Now, first of all, let's have a look at Prince Adam. And the colours on this one are really nice. definitely inspired by his Filmation look, with the sort of bright pink vest, his white shirt, and these things. He's sort of purpley trousers. We say purple, lilac, violet, something like that. But yeah, it's really nice colour. Very similar colour to the Super 7 Club Grayskull Prince Adam. So I think they've done a really good job of that. I'll just bring in He-Man himself just for a little comparison of the two figures. Head sculpts look exactly the same to me. I don't think there's much difference there, if there is any. I don't know if you can tell, but the hair on Adam is just slightly darker. I'd say that one's a bit more yellow, that one's a bit more orange, but it's tiny. There's not a lot in it. I say the actual face sculpt itself seems the same. Only difference is Adam's eyebrows are just slightly different. But again, that just could be just when the paint was actually applied. The only difference I can see, obviously, in everything else is this one. He does have a closed hand rather than the open hands there. Well, I think that obviously for that's Griffin, the Sky Sled. But you could, well, you can pop these hands off, so you could swap that one over if you wanted to have He-Man on instead. But yeah, other than that, the body is the same. Obviously, this one has the vest on, but if you were to remove that, it is the same body, just repainted. Right, so that's Adam there, and let's take a quick look at the Sky Sled. Now, growing up, I never actually had any He-Man vehicles, Masters Universe vehicles, and I don't really remember any of my friends really having any either. It's one of those, everyone seemed to have Battle Cat, and that's about as close as anyone got to any sort of way of getting round. Well, yeah, I don't really remember having anyone having the original one, which was part of the Battle Ram. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen a Sky Sled. Well, yeah, this is really, really cool. Again, it was one of those in the TV show which was featured quite a lot. In fact, the actual Battle Ram itself was never featured, but the actual Sky Sled was. So it's cool they've introduced this one so early in the line for the first vehicle. It does look, with this little bit of detail in there, maybe, you know, it will clip in, because obviously on the original Battle Ram it would slide on and clip onto the front. It does look like maybe there might be some way that's going to clip in. I don't know, maybe it's just me, it's just the design I've gone for, maybe slightly basing it on the original toys, or even the classics version. But it would be nice if they do that at some point. So yeah, there's quite a lot of nice detailing on there. It does feel quite plasticky, but doesn't feel cheap. It has got, it's not over heavy, but you know, it's not cheap feeling. Nice little bit underneath there. That's where the stand will clip in. You know, some nice detailing. They've not sort of left it blank underneath. They've done a good job of it. It's got the handlebars there. Sort of the display. I think that is a sticker. Yes, it is a sticker. Some dials and various bits there. And sort of repeated on the other side. Right, as his gun now, yeah, that turns, which is good as well. The original one, it was only quite small on the front. This one I've gone for a bigger one, but I think it's with you being able to sort of pose it, the reason why they've done that. That's quite cool. It does come with like a quite firm sort of a rubbery blaster bolt there. I'm not a big fan of these. I wouldn't display it myself like that, but it's cool if that's the type of way you like to display them. Now, let's have a quick look at what we do regarding changing it round. So in this configuration, it is the Sky Sled. So you just, simple as far as I know, pulling this off. There we go, that slides off. You can slide on the evil War Sled one. Now, there we go, just at the top here, these panels just slide off. And then you slide on these other panels. And it's now the war sled. I really like to have done that. It's really cool. I think it was Classics, from what I know, is when they released 2 of these. There was one with the battle ram, which was this configuration, and the original one you bought separately. But I'm quite glad they've decided just to do it this way this time. For the money, this was £30. You're getting quite a decent vehicle and a figure, which I think is not bad at all. Well, I'll just pop that back, convert it back to the other one. We don't want no Prince Adam riding on a war sled. Pop that off again if it's going to come off. There we go. I don't forcing it. There we go. So yeah, right. Let's try and get Adam on this and see what it looks like. Now there is foot pegs just down there and there. See if I can clip him in. So they clip just towards the back of his feet. I apologise for the crudeness of this video. It is a quick sort of review while I'm doing it. While I just got it, I should say. I could have got the light box out, but to be fair, I don't know if this would all fit in the light box, so it's probably easier to do it this way. So, if I can get his hands on it, it's a bit tight. His hands clip on there, or they should clip on there. These things ever go on when you're doing a review, do they? Oh, it's just me and I'm useless. There we go. So this is the reason why, obviously, he has a gripping hand on his left rather than the normal one. So he can or should grip hold of this. These are quite tight with it being new. There we go. There's one. Oh, was one because it's popped off again. There's one. And there is 2. There we go. And he's on. So there he is. Now he does lean back a little bit. I don't think you can push him too far. I think that's about as far as he'll go. So he's designed to sort of look like he's leaning back. I don't mind, to be fair. It would have been nice if they sat a little bit straighter up. There probably is maybe a way of doing it a little bit. There we go. I honestly don't mind. With him on, obviously there is more weight added. Feels quite hefty now. No, it is quite cool. I like it. For my first ever Masters of the Universe vehicle, I really do. Now, I was always a fan of this in the show anyway. With it appearing so much, I always thought it was quite a cool little vehicle. The only thing I would have liked, which is on the original and was in the Filmation version, and they've changed the handlebars. If you remember, they used to kind of grab hold of the side of this bit. There was no handlebars. I would have probably preferred that. But I think, obviously, for this, the way these figures pose, it's easier just to have them grabbing handlebars. But I do kind of like that original look where they used to just grab hold of the sides of this part. Like the controls were there. But no, it's still really, really nice. I am really happy with this. It was one I mentioned back, I think, on my Battle Cat video when I first unboxed that. Like, I was wanting to pick this up if it came out. I'm really cool I had. So yeah, that's cool. Right, just one thing to do before we stop looking at this. Let's have a look at Adam's pink sword. Now, this is obviously the power sword. I presume somewhere it's done this way to maybe hide the fact he's walking around with the other side of the power sword. I don't know. But obviously it fits with his clothing. So yes, he can hold that as normal. But But yeah, I would have liked if there'd been a thing on the back here, so you can put it down. It shows him on the back of the box with the power sword sticking out the back. I would have liked some sort of holster or harness there. But for obviously a cheaper sort of figure compared to a lot of the other ones we've had over the years, you can't expect everything. And it is really nice. So yeah, my only nitpick with this, obviously not Adam himself because he has the hand, but all the other figures so far do come with this sort of open hand, so it's going to make it quite hard to sort of pose other figures riding it. Yes, I know why they've done this. It's like the original toy, especially for like He-Man because he holds a shield, but did Skeletor really need to be like that? You know, let's have a quick look at him. I'll grab him now just to make sure I'm not making it up. No, again, yeah, you know, Skeletor has that sort of open arm sort of hand there. You know, he will sort of grab it a bit. Yeah, he does actually grab hold a little bit. Not as good, but, you know, I know that's a design choice for sort of like how they were in the 80s, but I think they should have come with sort of two closed hands. I mean, Trapjaw's really not going to grab it very well, is he? And he's shown on the back of the box riding it. But no, that's my only sort of complaint with this. I'm really, really happy with it. Right, I am done with this, and this is, for now, my very last Master of the Universe Origins review. Well, at least it is going to be for the next month or so, I would have thought. Hopefully, like I said in my last video, on the run up to Christmas, I will be getting a few more. Or I will try to. But obviously, beginning of next year is when these should start appearing everywhere. And hopefully in the UK we'll see the same as in the States and Canada, places like that. The rest of Europe, and we'll start seeing them all over. So I can definitely pick a few more up for everyone. For everyone? From everyone, I should say. And there is a lot more figures due next year as well, so there's a few I've already got my eyes on. Right, I'll see you all soon.
Fingers on plastic.